August 2nd, 2019. This is Judge Wish, Courtroom 1, Session 1. Can I have the parties announce themselves for the record, please?
Orly Bury on behalf of the state.
Cody Jordan with the Public Defender's Office.
All right, sir, please tell me your name.
Rusty Hill.
All right, Mr. Hill, you're here in 2019 CF 10946AO. You're arrested for aggravated assault with a firearm. I do find probable cause. I am going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You're not to have any contact with any listed victim or witness. You're not to possess any weapons, any firearms, or any ammunition. You're not to go to the victim's home
Yes, Honor.
or the witness's home.
Yes, sir.
And your bond is gonna be set at $5,000.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Any questions, sir?
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Rayford Thomas Williams, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Paramore, do we know what happened? Mental health? Okay, we'll reset. All right, Mr. Williams. You're here in 2019 CF 10986AO. You're arrested for petty theft with 2 prior convictions. I do find probable cause. I am going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You're not to return back to the Orlando International Airport or any store located within it. I'm not sure if they gave you a trespass warning. Yes, they did. So you're going to need to follow that trespass warning if you ever go back to the airport.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
for a flight or anything like that. You're not to have any contact with any listed victim or witness in the case. I am gonna put you in the pretrial release program. But be aware that if you come back,
Yes,
your
ma'am.
pretrial release will likely get revoked.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
you'll be held at no bond.
So, Your Honor, I get out today?
You get out today?
And you need to make sure that you follow all of their requirements. If
Yes,
I
ma'am.
see you again,
Yes, ma'am, I
it's
will.
not gonna be a good day for you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Otherwise,
Thank you.
All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Michael Horton O'Gilby, O. Hackett, O.
Okay.
Israel.
Adams, do we know have an Adams? Medical, okay, we'll reset. He's, okay. We'll just reset. It's fine. I'm here tomorrow anyway. Okay, Mr. Hackett,
O. Israel.
okay. You're here in 2019 CF 10820AO. You're arrested for battery on a person 65 years of age or older. I do find
Fictitious
probable
charges.
cause. I would advise you to not speak about the facts of the case. That was pursuant to a warrant. Probable cause was found. I am going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you, sir.
No, I do not. I decline. I am a Roman citizen. I'm invoking my diplomatic immunity.
Okay, well, it looks like you do have an attorney on the case that you're out on bond in.
I do not wish to speak to him. I am a Roman citizen.
Okay.
Roman citizen.
Okay, well, you're not gonna have any contact with the victim in the case. You're not to return back to the scene of the offense.
See, that's where I live.
Well, you're not to, I believe the scene of the offense was on a street.
On a street.
At 3957 Muzante Court.
That's
Do you
where I
there?
live. That's my address.
Okay. You're not to have any contact with the victim or witnesses in the case.
So
You're
let me
not
ask you a
to
question.
possess any weapons, any firearms, or any ammunition. And looks looks like you're out on release in 2019 or 18 CF 4196AO. I am revoking that release and setting that bond at none.
Judge, excuse me, can I just have that case number again?
Which case, the new law or the out on bond?
Out on bond.
It's 2018 CF 4196AO.
Thank you.
I would note that is a public defender case, and we're currently going through the rounds.
I understand, and I'm gonna speak with the judge in that case. I believe it's Judge Traver. So, all right,
So,
What?
Your Honor,
a return. No, it's fine.
Your Honor,
Yeah.
Judge,
Hold on a second, I'm talking. You'll get your turn. Okay, what do you wanna tell me?
am I allowed to go home?
No, I revoked your bond.
What do you mean you revoke my bond?
You don't have a bond. I revoked your bond based on the new law offense.
Your Honor,
I never had a bond for my old case.
Sorry?
has the PD been appointed to this case?
No, he doesn't want an attorney.
I just
He's
wanted to double
refused to
check.
have an attorney. He has an attorney on the other case who he does not want to speak with. So,
I want to speak to my other attorney. You're confusing me.
well, you said you didn't want to speak with your attorney.
Are you telling me I do not have a bond, so you're revoking my
I
bond?
revoked your bond.
So I'm not allowed to
You
go
have
home?
a bond in this case. It's stayed at the bond, I believe, $1,000. Okay?
So am I allowed to go home when this case is finished?
No.
Hey, what's up? How's everything? I'm
All
a
right.
native Californian. Looks like you got a mistaken identity going on,
Please
like an
don't
ice hold or something. This is America.
All right. Tell me your name, sir.
Sean David Wicks.
All right, Mr. Wicks, it looks like there is a immigration hold on you.
That's bullshit, because I'm a native Californian. Looks like God stole this land and did this to me again.
Okay, well, I don't have any control over what the federal government has filed.
Fuck the feds.
Okay?
They a bunch of bitches.
Okay, well, I'm
Yeah, that's West
advising
Coast
you
Killer
that you have
Cali.
an
Sure.
immigration hold. Okay, thank you.
An immigration home? What the fuck? That's bullshit. I'm a native Californian, Estee.
All right, please tell me your name.
Danny Bat.
All right, Mr. Bat, looks like you've been set for a plea in 2019 MO 1241AO. You were charged with open container violation, and you do have the Public Defender's Office, I believe, representing you, and the offer was a withhold of adjudication, court costs, which are $223, and a $10 filing fee. You aware of that?
Yes.
Okay, do you want to sign the plea form?
Yes, cool.
How much credit for time served does he have?
Okay. That's fine. Yeah,
Huh?
the other question I had is if you
31
can
day,
contact
31 days?
my other attorney. Yeah, no, I have another case.
Oh, I see.
Another attorney.
I'll talk to that attorney.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Bat, do you wish to enter a plea of no contest?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yeah.
Did you understand everything contained within the plea form?
Yeah, as best I could.
You did? You understood everything that was in the plea
As
form?
best I could, yeah.
Okay, what didn't you understand?
I couldn't point it out. I wouldn't know. But as
Did
far
you
as I
read
spoke,
the- Did you read the plea form?
yeah.
Is there anything that you did not understand about what was inside the plea form that you signed?
Did you have any questions on that? The rights you're doing?
Where's that at? Is that these right here?
You have a lot of rights, and you're giving them up when you enter a plea, so I need to make sure that you understand those rights.
Yeah, I understand. So what's, just explain to me, please, Your Honor, what would happen after now?
So I'm gonna withhold adjudication, which means it's not a formal conviction.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you the credit for the time that you've served in the Orange County Jail, and I'm gonna impose court costs and a $10 filing fee. And then I don't know if there's anything else holding you. Is there anything else holding him? There's another case. Okay, so you do have another case, so I believe that you probably would not get out today. Does he have bonds in that case? Yes?
What is
Okay.
the case number?
19 CF 9541.
Have I been charged by the state already? Or given a court date?
What is it, 9541? All right, so it looks like you saw a judge on July 3rd. You're charged with possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia in that case. And your bonds are set at 1,000 on count 1 and 100 on count 2. So if you can bond out, you can bond out, okay? If not, your attorneys can file a motion to set bond in that division that it's set in, I believe, Division 19.
Your Honor,
Okay.
Thank you. One more question. I'm able to have a payment plan for this, right?
I can put you on a payment plan, but I usually give you a year to pay it off.
Oh, well, that's
So,
perfect. Yeah.
do you want the year or a
Yeah.
payment plan?
Yeah, the year is fine.
Okay. Have I answered all of your questions?
Yes, yeah, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, and so you didn't answer my question.
Oh, no, now I understood
Okay.
clearly, yeah.
Okay, you understand everything that's in the plea form. You understand all the rights that you're giving up by entering the plea.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay, are you on probation anywhere?
No,
Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
I understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do find a factual basis based on the affidavit in the court file to accept your plea. I am going to withhold adjudication, sentence you to 31 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 31 days time served. I do have to impose the court cost of $223 and a $10 filing fee. And I'm gonna give you, until August 2nd, 2020 to pay that off, okay? If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. Okay?
Thank you.
All right, good luck to you. All right, please tell me your name.
Yoan Cheryl.
All right, Mr. Errol, you're here in 2019 CF 10987AO. You're arrested for grand theft and loitering or prowling. I do find probable cause. I am going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're not to return back to Publix at 440 North Orlando Avenue or have any contact with any victim or witness in the case. And I'm gonna stay the bond at 2,500 on count 1, 100 on count 2. You're out on bond for 2 counts of grand theft of a motor vehicle in 2019 CF 2922AO. I'm revoking that release, it's ROR, and I'm gonna set that at none. And you do have an attorney in that case. They can file any appropriate motions with regards to bond for you.
This bond for this one case.
All right, good morning, sir. Please tell me your name.
Ryan Bagwell.
All right, Mr. Bagwell, you're here in 2019 CF 10969AO. You're arrested for possession of alprazolam and petty theft. I do find probable cause. I am going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're not to return back to Hobby Lobby at 2728 East Colonial Drive. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. No contact with any victims or witnesses. I am going to place you in the pretrial release program, and you're subject to random urinalysis. And that's going to be weekly. So you need to make sure that you comply with their requirements and you show up for any drug testing that they require, okay?
All right.
And that'll be starting with, within 24 hours of his release. All right, please tell me your name.
Ralph Baker.
All right, Mr. Baker, you're here in 2019 CF 1093780, charged with grand theft, third degree of a motor vehicle. I do find probable cause. I am gonna appoint the public defender's office. And I think all of the conditions that I'm gonna impose apply to all the cases. Okay, so I'll say them all at the end. In 2019 CF 10949AO, you're arrested for operating a chop shop. There is probable cause for the offense. I'm gonna appoint the PD. 2019 CF 10950AO, grand theft, third degree of a motor vehicle. I do find probable cause. I'm appointing the public defender. 2019 CF 10951AO, their grand theft, third degree of a motor vehicle. There's probable cause, and I'm appointing the PD. In 2019 CF 10952AO, grand theft, third degree of a motor vehicle. I do find probable cause, and I'm appointing the PD. I am gonna stay all the bonds. It's 1,000 on 10937, 1,000 on 10949, 1,000 on 10950AO, 1,000 on 10951, and 1,000 on 10952. You're not to return back to the scene of the offenses. It appears as though the warrant was served at 9531 Fifth Avenue. I don't believe that you live there, so you're not to return back there. You're not to have any contact with any victim, witness, or any co-defendant. Mr. Green, Mr. Spurlin, and you're Mr. Baker. So no contact with any of those individuals and no return back.
Do you have any questions, sir?
Okay, please tell me your name, sir.
Joseph Brown.
All right, Mr. Brown, you're here in 2019 CF 10941AO. You're arrested for driving while your license was revoked as a habitual traffic offender. I do find probable cause. I am gonna appoint the public defender. Can't drive without a valid license. The bond will stay set at $2,500. I'm not gonna take any action on your out on release case. But if I see you again, I don't care if it's just for driving. Let me see what the status is on that.
She's gonna check. You do have
Looks
the
like you have a pretrial conference, on August 26th.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't miss that court date.
I will not.
Promise?
I promise you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right, have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Farias is mental health.
Okay, we'll reset Mr. Farias. All right, please tell me your name.
John Ford.
All right, Mr. Ford, you're here in 2019 CF 10861AO. You were arrested pursuant to a warrant which probable cause was found for accessory after the fact of first-degree murder and providing false information in a capital felony investigation. And I am gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I believe count one is a punishable by life felony.
No, Your Honor.
It's up
It's
to
not?
30 years.
Okay.
Right.
So is it just an F2?
It's an
It's,
F1.
it's an F1, but.
But not punishable by life?
right.
So 30 years?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So, did you want to be heard as to bond regardless, or?
Well, I wanted to know, well, he's entitled to a bond, but I'm
Right.
gonna ask for at least $50,000 on that bond. You know, I'm just looking at the, he has a few convictions on his history and plus the facts of the case. So I'm gonna ask for 50,000.
And he is on probation.
Yes, Your Honor. He currently has a hold.
And there's a, what, 5-day hold? Right, so,
Okay, so, Mr. Ford, here's gonna be the conditions of your release. You're not to possess any weapons, any firearms, or any ammunition. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. You're not to have any contact with the victim's family, any witnesses, or any co-defendants. And I am gonna set your bond at $50,000. And count two, I will stay at the $1,000.
there's a 5-day hold.
Yes, and he does have a 5-day hold for probation. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Bobby Franchise.
All right, Mr. Franchise, you're here in 2019 CF 9632. You're arrested pursuant to a warrant which probable cause was found. Did you hire your own attorney? Are you planning on it? Because I don't have a PD form for you.
Yes, I'm planning on it. I have family actually working on it right now as we speak.
Okay, all right. So, I mean, your bonds are pretty high, so, these are gonna be your conditions of release at this time. So you're not to possess any weapons or firearms or ammunition. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. I am gonna state the bonds. Counts 1 and 2 are 100,000. Count 3 is 5,000. Count 4 is 1,000. Count 5, I'm gonna reduce to 150. Count 6, I am gonna reduce to 150, and count 7, I'll reduce to 100. I don't want you sitting in there if you are not able to bond out without an attorney. So I'm gonna set you for determination of counsel in a week. If you've bonded out, don't need to appear. If you've hired an attorney, that will likely get canceled, okay? But I just don't want you sitting in there unrepresented in case your family can't come up with any money, to hire an attorney, okay? So it's to protect you,
Yes, ma'am.
okay? So we'll set that for a week out, and yes, you have a question?
On the first 2 charges, there's no way you can reduce the bond?
I'm not gonna reduce the bond today,
Okay.
okay?
Okay.
So it's why it's important and incumbent that if you wanna hire, and if you want me to see if you qualify for the public defender right now, I can, and they can file a bond motion for you. But if you wait, unless you hire an attorney today or tomorrow, and, see what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
So, it's really up to you. If you think that you'll qualify for the public defender, I'm happy to appoint them to represent you today.
Oh,
If you wanna hire an attorney at any point, absolutely, that is your right to do that.
Okay, well, I know I will qualify for the public defender.
Okay, do you work,
So
sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Where do you work?
I actually own my own company.
Okay.
Landscaping.
Okay, and then do you pay yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
And then how much do you pay yourself, like weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly?
Like weekly, I'll say like 500 a week.
So you get $500 a week?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and do you have any children?
2, no,
Okay.
3 actually.
And they're under the age of 18?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You do qualify for the public defender. I am gonna appoint them to represent you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So, Mr. Jordan's gonna give you some information, and they can file any bond motions. It looks like this is gonna be in Division 20, okay?
Okay,
All right.
sure. Thank you.
If your family hires a private, that's what we want. Just take yourself off the case. In the meantime, we're going to turn it on to, and they can file a motion for a trial to get that done.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right. All right, please tell me your name.
Sandra Gonzalez.
Ms. Gonzalez, you're here in 2019 CF 3563AO. You were arrested pursuant to a KPS for failing to appear for trial on July 29, 2019. The judge revoked your release and set your bond at none. Does she have the PD?
Yes.
You do have the public defender. They can file any appropriate motions with regards to bond for you.
I will be in contact with your attorney today.
So we'll
to make sure
cancel
they
the
know.
DOC hearing. I figured as much, yeah.
We got the notices here and no arrest. Day late,
Thank you.
so
right, please tell me your name.
Jeffrey Green.
All right, Mr. Green, you're here in 2019 CF 10948AO. You're arrested for a couple cases here. 2019 CF 10948AO for grand theft third degree of a motor vehicle. I do find probable cause. I am going to appoint the PD. I'm going to stay the bond at 1,000. 2019 CF 10935AO. It's a grand theft third degree of a motor vehicle. I do find probable cause. I'm going to appoint the PD and stay the bond. 2019 CF 10947. It's a grand theft third degree of a motor vehicle. I do find probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender and stay the bond at 1,000. 2019 CF 10945AO. Grand theft third degree. I do find probable cause. I'm gonna appoint the PD and stay the bond at 1,000. In all of the cases, you're not to have any contact with any victim, witness, or any co-defendant, Mr. Baker or Mr. Spurlin. And I believe you do live at that residence, so I'm not gonna say no return, but just make sure you don't have any contact with them.
And their conditions include not going back to residence. So, they go to your residence, they get their own training. And you need to, right? Strong.
All right, please tell me your name.
Darrell Hall.
All right, Mr. Hall, you're here in 2019 CF 10988, and you were arrested for driving while license suspended as a third or subsequent offender and attaching a tag not assigned. And there is probable cause. I am going to appoint the public defender's office. You can't drive without a valid license. And I am gonna stay the bond at the 2,500 on count one. I'm gonna reduce count two to 100.
Your Honor, given his lack of criminal history for a significant amount of time, it's been a while since he's had any convictions or failure to appears. If PTR was able to qualify him, I believe they were unable to get in contact with his contact.
That's fine. He just has to understand that if you get caught driving without a valid license again, it's gonna get revoked and you're probably gonna be held at no bond. So either way, you're out on bond or you're on PTR, but there's gonna be additional requirements with PTR. So you need to make sure that you comply with those. So I have no problem with bond or PTR if he qualifies, but he needs to, I guess they just couldn't reach that person, so.
They couldn't reach her because there's only one phone. Hers is
Okay,
broke.
well, if they're gonna have to reach them in order to qualify you.
They need to get in contact. My wife, I'm guessing that's what they need. They're qualified for PTR. Qualified still have to know. Say, yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we will reset him within 24 hours of his release from the hospital. All right, please tell me your name.
Carlos Alberto Molina.
All right, Mr. Molina, you're here in 2019 CF 9199AO. You're arrested pursuant to a warrant which probable cause was found for possession of MDMA and possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. And your bond will stay set at 1,000 on count one and 100 on count two.
Thank you.
Huh? 150, I'm sorry. Whatever it says in the warrant. Is it say 150 on the front? My eyes are playing tricks on me. everything. All right, please tell me your name.
Jose Pereira.
All right, Mr. Pereira, you're here in 2019 CF 10989AO. You're arrested for attempted burglary of a conveyance and resisting an officer without violence. I do find probable cause, and you did not fill out a form for the public defender, or I don't have one. Were you planning on hiring your own attorney? Or
No,
did-
I plan on defending myself.
Okay, you want to represent yourself?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's something that the judge downtown, once you, if the state files on it, will go through it with you, okay? At this time, you're not to return back to 11251 University Boulevard.
I
You're
understand.
not to have any contact with any listed victim or witness in the case. And I am gonna stay the bond at 1,000 on count 1 and 100 on count 2. All right, please tell me your name.
Dylan Donald Ritchie.
All right, Mr. Ritchie, you're here in 2019 CF 10930AO. You're arrested for burglary of a structure, criminal mischief, under 200, and possession of drug paraphernalia. I do find probable cause. I am gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You're not to return back to the Golden Bear Academy at 421 South Goldenrod Road. You're not to have any contact with any listed victim or witness. And you're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. And I am gonna stay the bond at 3,500 on count 1, 100 on counts 2 and 3. You're out on bond in 2019 CF 7008, is that correct? And so I'm revoking that release and setting that bond at none, and you do have an attorney, and they can file any appropriate motions for you in that case.
Could I ask you something?
Sure, don't talk about the facts of anything.
No.
Okay.
So if I bond out on these cases, they won't let me out?
You can't bond out on the case that I revoked your bond on. You'll have to file a
driving?
bond motion. You do have a bond in the case that you're here on.
I would note that it's a driving case from May, and no information has yet been filed.
Let me check that.
Well, he's out on release, and he's alleged to have committed new offenses. So it's within my discretion to decide whether or not that release should be revoked.
You don't want to pay your bond in this case. You're still being held, but you won't get credit for time for certain hours. So right now, you can contact your attorney because you don't pay your bond.
Yeah, because I need to get out and I have the money to get out.
All right, please tell me your name.
John S. Roberts II.
All right, Mr. Roberts, you're here in 2019 CF 10991AO. You're arrested for aggravated assault with a firearm. I do find probable cause. It appears as though you're not gonna qualify for the public defender, so let me just go through it with you quickly. Do you work?
Yes.
Do you get paid weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly?
Weekly.
And then how much do you get paid weekly after taxes?
After taxes, about $525, $550.
Okay, 500 to 550?
Yeah.
Do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am.
How many?
2.
And are they under the age of 18?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I think that changes things. I think you're gonna qualify for the PD now, so I'm gonna appoint them to represent you, okay? And you're not to have any contact with any listed victim or witness. You're not to possess any weapons, any firearms, or any ammunition. And I'm gonna set your bond at 3,500.
Your Honor, I would note,
I don't think that I don't know why an aggravated assault with a firearm would qualify for pretrial release, but I'm not gonna put him in pretrial release.
I mean, we have 3 people in this case. The only person that says he had a gun is the person with a head injury.
No, well, I understand that, but he says, saw him put his left hand in his pocket, remove a small black handgun, and point it at him and Nelson.
while he was still in the car, the passenger says this happened, he saw it through two windows.
Are you arguing PC?
I'm not arguing
Okay.
PC. Their PC is a much lower level, but given the reasonableness, the driver of the vehicle, who they were apparently arguing, him with the driver, not with the passenger. The driver of the alleged vehicle says that she did not see a gun. And the only person who says they did see a gun was the person who received a head injury upon the crash and says that he saw it through the window of both cars that had just been involved in a vehicle accident.
Okay, well, I find probable cause. I mean,
understand,
all
I'm
of
just
those
saying.
things are defenses and reasonable doubt and,
And that I'm asking for pretrial release, given those facts and the fact that he has no criminal history.
And the state is going to object to PTR and this
Yeah,
type
I'm
of
not-
charges on the facts.
I'm not gonna put him in pretrial release. You know, I don't think that the bond is inappropriate for the charge. He also has an arrest for carrying concealed firearm. So, seems to be an issue with firearms,
To their
so.
state. No, you have a bond, you can bond it.
All right, please tell me your name.
Megan Letitia Shellman.
All right, Ms. Shellman, you're here in 2019 CF 10686AO. You're arrested for pursuant to a warrant, which probable cause was found for aggravated assault with a firearm and felony battery. I am going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're not to have any contact with any listed victim or witness or any co-defendant in the case. You're not to possess any weapons, any firearms, or any ammunition. The bond will stay set at $3,500 on count one, $150 on count two. In 2019 CF 10685, you are also arrested pursuant to a warrant which probable cause was found. And I'm gonna appoint the public defender. You're not to have any contact with any listed, victim, witness, or co-defendant, no weapons, no firearms, no ammunition. And that's for robbery, subsequent force, and felony battery. And your bond on count one will stay at $5,000 and count two, $150. All right, please tell me your name.
Derek Randall Sperling.
All right, Mr. Sperlin, you're here in a bunch of cases, 2019 CF 10936AO, grand theft third degree of a motor vehicle. I do find probable cause. I am gonna appoint the Public Defender's Office. I'm gonna stay the bond at 1,000. I'm gonna do all the conditions at the end, and they're gonna apply to all the cases. 2019 CF 10943AO, you're arrested for grand theft third degree of a motor vehicle. I do find probable cause. I'm gonna appoint the public defender and stay the bond at $1,000. 2019 CF 10942AO, operating a chop shop. There's probable cause. I'm gonna appoint the public defender and stay the bond at $1,000. In 2019 CF 10944AO, you're arrested for grand theft third degree of a motor vehicle. I do find probable cause. I'm gonna appoint the PD and stay the bond at $1,000. You're not to have any contact with any listed victim, witness, or co-defendant. That includes Mr. Green and Mr. Baker. All right, please tell me your name.
Stevenson.
All right, Ms. Stevenson, you're here in 2019 CF 10940AO. You're arrested pursuant to a warrant, which probable cause was found for possession of an ammunition by a convicted felon, possession of hydrocodone, and possession of drug paraphernalia. And I'm gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you. No weapons, no firearms, no ammunition, no possession or consumption of illegal substances without a valid prescription. And I'm gonna stay the bond at 1,000 on count one and 100, I don't know why it's 100 on count two. So there'll be 150 on count two and 100 on count three.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, please tell me your name.
Courtney Strobel.
All right, Ms. Travel, you're here in 2019 CF 6039AO. You're arrested pursuant to a warrant for a violation of pretrial release, and the judge in that case set your bond at none. Does she have the PD? You do have the public defender's office, and they can file any appropriate motions with regards to bond for you. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
James Woods.
All right, Mr. Woods, you're here in 2019 CF 10934AO. You're arrested pursuant to a warrant which probable cause was found for burglary of a structure, burglary of a conveyance, and grand theft third degree. And I am gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I have a note that he's out on bond, but I don't have a bond form. Oh, okay. It's just an add-on? Okay, all right. Okay. So, Mr. Woods, you're not to return back to 860 Short Avenue, the Orlando Housing Authority. You're not to have any contact with any listed victim or witness in the case. I'm gonna stay your bonds at 1,000 and 500 and 250. All right, please tell me your name.
Henry L. Wright.
All right, Mr. Wright. You're here in 2019 CF 1090060AO. You were arrested pursuant to a warrant which probable cause was found for possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. And I am gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You can't possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. gonna stay the bond at 1,000 on count one, 100 on count two. You're on pretrial release.
And Your Honor, I would note that there has already been a motion to revoke his pretrial release filed in that case. The judge did deny that motion.
Okay.
And so.
All right, so Judge Traver denied that motion. I don't know if that's based on. That was based on him testing positive.
Yes. And a
Or-
new motion
Well,
to.
let me finish. That's based on him testing positive from July 17, 2019, and now he's been picked up on a new law offense. That was alleged to have occurred on July 11th, which is before the date of the drug testing positive. Mr. Wright, if you keep testing positive, you're or you're getting arrested for drugs, I mean, at some point, it's gonna get revoked. So, I'm not gonna take any action today, based on what Judge Traver did, and it's his case. So, but be warned that if you keep coming back, or you keep testing positive, it's probably gonna get revoked. So I'm not gonna take any action today. If I'm not taking action, I just put no action? Okay.
Okay, sir.
All right, please tell me your name, sir.
James Nguyen, Jr.
Okay. Is it not Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
Oh. Okay, I thought I heard a different name. Okay. Mr. Nguyen, you're here in 2019 CF 10977AO. You're arrested for petty theft, second degree, or as a third subsequent offense. I do find probable cause. And I am gonna appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're not to go back to Lowe's at 1651 West Orange Blossom Trail or have any contact with any listed victim or witness at that location. The bond will stay set at $1,000. Looks like in 2019 CF 4963AO, you were arrested pursuant to a warrant for a violation of pretrial release. And the judge set your bond at none in that case. And does he have the PD in that case? Okay, you do have the public defender, and they can file any motions for you in that case. You're also looks like that same bond is what you're out on bond in. Okay, it's the same case, so, okay. So Judge Harris has already revoked your bond in that case, so the PD can file any motions for you, all right? Did I state the bond?
PDs.
Yeah, you gotta give me one with them. Get the motion back.
All right, please tell me your name.
Carlos Garcia.
All right, Mr. Garcia, you were picked up on an out-of-county warrant out of Osceola County, and the judge in that case set your bond at none on each count. And so Osceola County has 24 hours, not including the weekends or any holidays, to come and pick you up. If you don't get picked up in that time frame, you'll come back before a judge, okay?
All right, quick question. I got here Thursday, so would they be coming today or would they be coming Monday, most likely?
I don't know. I don't know if corrections knows when Osceola's coming. I mean, they usually pick up because it's right next door, so
All right,
I just don't know when they'll come.
all right.
Okay, but
Thank you.
all right, please tell me your name.
Francis Hope.
All right, Mr. Holt, you're here. You were picked up on an out-of-county warrant out of Pasco County. And the judge in that case set your bond at $10,013. Don't know how they came up with that number. So if you are able to bond out, you can do so. Otherwise, Pasco County has 72 hours to come and pick you up pursuant to our administrative order. That does not include weekends or holidays. So if they don't pick you up in that allotted time, you'll come back before myself or another judge, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Or if you don't bond out. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
James Webster.
Mr. Webster, you're here in 2019 MO 1397AO. You're arrested for camping in a prohibited place. I do find probable cause. And did you want to see if the state had an offer or point the public? I don't know what you want to do. I don't have a PD form for you. You want to see if the state has an offer and resolve your case today?
Just tell her you want to clean out.
Do you want to plea it out?
Play out, I guess.
Okay, we'll see if the state has an offer for you. Mr. Webster, it's a camping
James Webster.
and
So from the reset list.
he has 4 days in.
4 days.
Okay, so it's a credit for time served offer, adjudication of guilt, and I have to impose court costs, but I'll give you a year to pay him off if you want to do that.
That's fine.
Okay, have you read the plea form?
What do I got to pay?
You're gonna pay a fine and a year. You can get out in the meantime. If you need more time, you can talk to the clerk of courts. She's asking if you have any questions.
Yeah, I got that.
Did you read that?
I read it.
Your Honor, he did read the plea form.
Okay.
Will I be getting out today?
Yeah, unless there's something else holding you, and I don't think there is, so you should be processed after the plea, okay? So we just need to get through the plea form. So, Mr. Webster, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand everything that was contained within the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
I'm a U.S. citizen.
Okay, but you understand that if you're not, that it will subject you to deportation? Okay. I do find a factual basis for acceptance of the plea based on the affidavit in the court file. I am gonna adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 4 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 4 days time served. I do have to impose court costs. I'm gonna order you pay those by August 2nd, 2020, okay? That gives you a year to pay them off. If you want to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, and a 33-day motion from Attorney Jerry Jenkins in 2019 CF 9389AO. You know, Mr. Perry, if the state's made a filing decision.
We did file it on 8/1. Information was filed, Judge.
Okay. On 8/1. Do you have a filing ID? I'm not showing it in Odyssey, so it was,
It says,
I just want to make sure that it was filed.
actually, it says, I'm looking at my system. They typed it, but I didn't see where it's filed. Let me just look on my list and see what they have.
Okay.
Kevion Jefferson. Yeah, it shows that it was filed, so I don't see, it should be on the clerk's site. You're saying it's not there?
Sometimes it takes a little while to get to us, but if you don't have a filing ID, I mean, just because an information was generated doesn't mean that it was necessarily filed by today's hearing.
Yeah, it shows that it left our office to be filed.
Okay, do you want me to recall this second session and you can provide me with a filing ID or some sort of, or a copy to the PD to show that it's been filed? Do you have a copy of it?
No.
Is this a private attorney?
It's
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's a private
It's not-
attorney.
It's a private
Judge.
attorney.
Yeah, it's Jerry Jenkins?
Yeah. I would just, because I don't have a copy of it and you're not sure that it's been stamped and by the clerk.
Yeah, I see where we filed it, yes, we typed it, sorry, Judge.
Right, and that's
But-
the problem, is that I don't know. So I'll just recall this afternoon and you can see if there's a clocked in copy or a filing ID number is all I really would need.
Yes.
So we'll recall that one. And all right, let me know when you're ready on the PD 33-day motion.
I'm ready, Judge.
Okay. All right, we're 2019 CF 9245AO Jose Rodriguez. I'm showing an info was filed.
Yeah, we filed, 100% filed.
On 8/1. That will be denied. 2019 MM 5466AO Melanie's Hence.
Sorry, Judge, I'm trying to find that one. It's. I don't have that on my list. Melanie Spence.
Hence,
Oh, Pence.
HENCE, 2019 MM 5466.
The case number is 2019 NM 5466.
Sorry, Judge.
Showing I don't show anything in Odyssey, so.
Okay, it was walked through this morning. It was filed, walked over this morning, so they should have it on their system.
Okay.
But I don't see a
Do you have a
filing ID.
filing ID?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm showing that it was filed.
I,
But I know you want to file an ID.
yeah, if you.
I don't
can
have
pro-
one.
Okay, well,
Can
when
we-
you say it's been walked through, you have a note that says this case has been filed with the clerk's office. I mean, I don't know what's in your system, so.
Is that just the decision to file, or is it
No,
actually?
we walked it over to the clerk's office. It says, sent to the clerk's office, walk through 8/2, which is today, was walked over this
Okay,
morning.
all
So
right.
they may not be reflecting it on their system
Yeah,
as
well,
yet.
it takes a while to get through to the clerk system, so
Can we also
Yeah,
call it
because
this
I
afternoon?
wanna know what time it was stamped in.
That's Melanie's Hens.
Yes. All right, 2019 CF 9449AO, Andre Raymond Jenkins.
On Mr. Jenkins, petty theft, 2 priors.
I'm showing this is the 32nd day. It's not even timely, but
Yeah, but it was filed.
an information was filed.
Yes.
Do you know when?
We filed that on SKU, it was filed on 8/1.
I reflect an information being filed.
Okay. So that will be denied. Info was filed. Two 2019 CF 8641AO Lawrence Hill.
On Lawrence Hill.
I'm showing his bond was revoked on July 23rd, 2019. So that will be denied. The proper motion to file is a motion to set bond.
And for your information, Judge, we did a non-filing on that yesterday.
Did a notice of non-filing?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so I will grant that based on the notice of non-filing. Are you saying a notice of non-filing or a no information notice?
We,
There's a there's a-
non-filing, we didn't
Right,
file.
and that's because they filed the motion, which shouldn't have been filed because
Right.
it's a motion to revoke bond. So again, back to, so
Yeah,
I'm denying
It's an
that.
INN 27, non-filing.
Sorry? Yeah, if you can. I'm gonna print out a new order for that. When a bond's been revoked, the proper motion to file is a motion to set bond. 2019 CF 9448AO Andre Raymond Jenkins.
On Mr. Jenkins, notice of non-filing, so that can be granted.
Okay, it's also an untimely because it's 32 days. But that will grant that. 2019 CF 9366AO Lattimore Tyree Dante.
On Lattimore Tyree Jante, we file a notice of non-filing on 8/1.
All right, that will be granted. Thank you. 2019 CF 9394AO Thomas James Charles Burke.
On Thomas James Charles Burke grand theft. On 8/1, notice of non-filing, 33-day, INN 27 sent to the clerk's office.
So the an information
Non-filed.
was not filed?
No, Judge.
Notice of non-filing. Okay, that will be granted. 2019 CF 9485AO Courtney Ashmead.
Courtney Ashmead, possession of,
Again, today's the 32nd day, but
yeah, we did do a non-filing on that also.
right, that will be granted. Mr. Jordan, all your orders have July on them.
It looks like many of them were filed either on 7/30
Well, and
or
they're
7/31.
untimely,
Yeah.
so, we're also dealing with that. So 2019 CF 9328AO Cardenia Kelly. Looks like an information was filed.
Yes, we filed that on 8/1.
That will be denied. 2019 CF 8838AO Donald Lamar Gresham.
On Mr. Lamar Mark Gresham.
Today's the 31st day.
Yeah, we did file it. though.
Information was filed.
Yes. Yes, we filed it yesterday.
That will be denied. 2019 CO722AO Felipe Miguel Way.
Felipe Miguel Way, solicitation. We closed it, no info.
Okay, so that will be granted. Two 2019 CF 9493 Aaron Francisco Barrios.
On Mr. Barrios.
Today's also the 31st day.
Yeah, we filed on it though.
Okay,
We did file on it.
so that will be denied. Two 2019 CF 9488 AO Stephen Jose Alvarado.
On Stephen Alvarado,
Also the 31st day.
right, we did a non-filing on that, notice of non-filing.
Alright, that will be granted. Two 2019 CF 9404 AO Shantoria Harris.
Shantoria Harris, private left. We have a notice of non-filing on that. Shantoria Harris.
Notice of non-filing?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, that will be granted. Two 2019 CF 9535 AO Monica Lynn Anderson, 31st day today. Looks like the information was filed?
Yes, Judge, we filed on that.
All right, and then so you're gonna check on, Ms. Hentz and we're gonna check on, Mr. Jefferson for Mr. Jenkins.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so we'll readdress those at the second session. Anything else? I don't think we are gonna be able to do anything today about that, so we'll reconvene. Mr. Beery, were you on an email? Did you get on an email from, about second session?
No, I'm not gonna be here.
Oh, you're not? Somebody
It's-
else is
it's-
coming?
Coffee is supposed to be back.
Oh, she's coming back.
But, Judge, let me just pull up this, Hens and see, if I can file a filing ID. But no, we'll take care of it. We'll do it later.
Somebody's gonna be here, right?
Yes.
Okay, I thought she was off all day today.
I did too.
You may wanna check with her, or Ms. Gong, I don't know. 'Cause unless something's changed. But we're gonna reconvene at 1:45, just somebody needs to be here. All right, we'll be in recess until then. Number 1, session 2, can I have the parties announce, oh, Mr. Jordan's not here.
Coffee Kennedy Swanson on behalf of the Office of the State Attorney.
I thought I saw Manny, and then I guess he's not. Hi, Mr. Jordan. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Can you just announce your name for the record, Mr. Jordan?
Yes.
Thank you.
Jody Jordan with the Public Defender's Office.
Thank you. And then we had 2 cases. I don't know if Mr. Beery told you about them, just to make sure that they were actually filed, because he wasn't sure.
Give me one moment, Chair. I
Sure.
have the email. I have one case, Kevion Jefferson,
Yes.
that was filed.
Okay. The Information?
Yes, information was filed, yes, Your Honor. Then I have a.
Was that, do you know what date or,
I have an ID number, I don't have the date.
okay.
Do you want the ID number? It's
Yeah,
not
please.
93545566. Probably can find the date if you give me 1 second, I can go in case management. Yes, he sent me an email, he called me and emailed me.
Yeah, the other one was, Melanie's Hens.
That one, I don't have a date or filing number. They say it was filed, but let me check the.
Yeah, he said it had been walked over, but he didn't know if it had been filed.
Well, I still don't have an ID number. If it's, when it's clocked in, we won't have, I don't know, I'll have that. Yeah, I showed that it was walked through today.
Okay,
We won't have an ID, when it's when it's walked over, you don't get an ID number. Unlike when it's e-filed.
so it was filed today.
Yes, Your Honor,
Okay.
8-2.
All right. So those will be, both denied. All right, please tell me your name, sir. Let me see if they can get that microphone down if they can.
I'm
use-
sorry, Your Honor, I do have I can show Mr. Jordan on the Melanie's Hints, the last one. They did provide a copy. It doesn't have a clocked in information. It just has a,
I trust,
Okay.
I take your word for it.
Junior?
I've made no objection.
okay, I just want to,
Mr. Mullins?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Mr. Mullins, you're here in case number 2019 MM 6398AO. You're arrested for battery and trespass on property after warning. I do find probable cause. I am gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You're not to have any contact with any victim or witness in the case. You're not to return back to Walmart at 2801 South Orange Avenue. You're to abide by all trespass warnings. And you're not to possess any weapons, any firearms, or any ammunition. I'm gonna stay the bond at the 500 on count 1 and 100 on count 2. You're out on release in multiple cases. I know that there's some status hearings, but you do have some bond cases as well, and ROR cases. So, at this time, I am gonna revoke the release in those cases. 2019 MM 5873AO, 2019 MM 4806, 2018 CF 12489, 2018 MM 7583. And so you do have attorneys in those cases, and they can file any appropriate motions in the court if you're on any conditional release in those cases. So, but based on the facts of this case, I think that it's appropriate.
Take this with you, sir.
All right, please tell me your name.
Sherry L. Agosto.
All right, Ms. Augusto, you're here in a couple of cases, 2019 CF 10995AO, 2019 CF 10994AO, and 2019 MM 6397AO. I am gonna appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'm not really sure what the facts are in these cases. It's all the same affidavit, and it references specific agency case numbers, but there are no facts. It's only, I guess, conclusions and her statements, but it doesn't reference anything other than a specific date. And I don't know anything that happened at Gators and Publix, and So I think I need a little bit more information.
Yeah, it just lists the stores.
They state have 24 hours.
Yes,
And I will have the weekend IA attorney.
that's me,
provide-
yeah, I mean, I'm the judge here this
No,
weekend.
I know, but I'm
so-
saying the
Yeah,
attorney.
so, I just really don't know, other than her admissions, I really don't have corpus.
Yes, Your Honor.
I understand. Your Honor, I would note that she does qualify for PTR. Would Your Honor be willing to grant PTR if we were to waive those concerns?
So you, I mean, I'm not finding probable cause, so.
And they have 24 hours and she will be here in jail.
Right, so, I mean, does the state have any objection to me? Is she on pretrial release in any other case, or are these all the cases?
She has no history whatsoever.
Okay,
And I would need a moment to talk with my
Defense
client.
is willing to stipulate to PC, for this purpose, we'll have no objection to PTR. If there's an objection for PC, then I'm gonna request 24 hours and to not touch the
yeah,
bond.
I mean, I'm not gonna touch the bond unless I've made a PC determination, because it very well may be that I don't find PC.
Yes, and I would just have a moment to talk with my client. Just for you. Your Honor, I have spoken with my client. We would be willing to waive that PC simply so she could get out PTR today.
Okay, I mean, I don't know how I put that in the records, because, I mean, I don't think
They
that
can
I have.
stipulate to
Yeah,
PC.
so the parties have stipulated to
Yes, Your
probable
Honor.
cause on all three cases. Ms. Augusto, I'm gonna place you in the pretrial release program. You need to make sure that you follow all of their requirements, because if you don't, and I find out, or another judge finds out, they can revoke your release and hold you at no bond, okay? So your conditions of release are that you are not to return back to Typhoon Lagoon at 1145 East Buena Vista Drive. Is that a Disney, I know you work at Disney, but is that a Disney property?
Is that the?
Yes. It's water
It's a
park.
water park.
Yeah, I understand, I just don't know if she's been trespassed from all Disney properties or anything like, so if you've been trespassed, then you need to follow that trespass warning. You're not to have any contact with any listed victim or witness in the case. And I'm gonna place you in the pretrial release program in all of those cases, so you need to make sure that you do everything you're supposed to do, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Jake Burns.
All right, Mr. Burns, you're here in 2019 CF 11004AO. You're arrested for possession of tetrahydrocannabinols. I do find probable cause, and it looks as though you're not going to qualify for the public defender, so let me just go through this with you. Do you work, sir?
Yes, sir, ma'am. Sorry.
It happens all the time. And how much do you get? Do you get paid weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly?
Weekly, about
Mm.
500.
And is that after taxes? So like, what is your paycheck?
About 500 a week with
So-
taxes.
Does it fluctuate or is it
Fluctuates. It goes
500?
up occasionally.
Okay, and do you have any children?
No.
Okay, so
I
you're
have a
not,
supportive family, though.
okay, so you're not gonna qualify for the public defender. I cannot appoint them to represent you today, okay? So you'll
Okay.
probably wanna reach out to an attorney.
I have one.
Okay, have you spoken with the person?
Not yet. This is.
Okay, and you do qualify for the pretrial release program, so I am gonna place you in the pretrial release program. You cannot possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. So
Yes, ma'am.
You are subject to random urinalysis,
I will be getting my card.
okay? Well, just make sure that you don't do any drugs without a valid prescription, okay? And you need to make sure you comply with pretrial release, because if you don't, then they can tell me or another judge, and we can hold you no bond, and I don't think that you want that to happen,
Mm-mm.
okay?
Start processing it out.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Mario Carlo Vieira.
All right, Mr. Calaviera, you're here in case number 2016 CF 10853. And it appears as though they filed a warrant for a VOP, but that you were never placed on probation on that case. So, and I did see that a new information notice had been filed in that case back in 2016. So, there is no violation of probation that I can tell of, so I'm gonna ROR you on that case. And you are on probation on other cases, so I don't know if they're gonna file violations of probation, but I believe that you would have a 5-day hold no, there's no 5-day hold, even though he's on probation in 3 other cases? Okay. All right, so in 2019 CF 10856AO, you were arrested pursuant to a warrant in which probable cause was found for grand theft 3rd degree of a motor vehicle, possession of cocaine, and possession of cannabis less than 20 grams. And I am gonna appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. You're not to have any contact with any victim or witness in the case. And you're not to return back to 2035 Dixie Bell Drive, the Marietta Apartments. So, and then I'm gonna stay the bonds at 2,500, 1,000, and 500. So I don't know if they'll file a VOP on you.
My mom, my lady.
All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Brandon Duffy.
All right, Mr. Duffy, you're here in 2019 CF 11000AO. You're arrested for possession of cocaine and tampering with physical evidence. I do find probable cause, and it does not appear as if you're gonna qualify based on the affidavit for the public defender, so let me just go through it with you. Do you work?
Yes,
Okay, and then do you get paid weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly?
weekly.
And how much do you get paid weekly after taxes?
About 400.
400 after taxes? Okay. Do you have any children?
3.
3 children? And they live under the age of 18?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so I do find that you qualify for the public defender. I'm gonna appoint them to represent you. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. And I'm not gonna take action on your out on bond case today, but Mr. Duffy, you've already failed to appear once for court in that case. So you need to make sure that you don't miss any court dates in that case, and you don't come back before a judge here, because it's likely that if you have 2 cases you're out on release on, If you pick up anything new, or you miss any court dates, you're probably gonna be held no bond, so tread,
Yes, ma'am.
tread lightly, okay? For
Yes,
what it's
ma'am.
worth. And I'm gonna stay the bonds, I don't,
For the record, what was the bond?
it's
sentence?
1,000 on count one and 150 on count two, standard bonds.
Thank you.
All right, please tell me your name.
My name is Edward Figueroa.
All right, Mr. Figueroa, you're here in 2000 CF 4979AO. You're arrested pursuant to a warrant for a violation of probation. And the judge in that case set your bond at none. And I don't have a PD form. Were you planning on hiring your own attorney?
Yes, I have a attorney, Mr. Mason Law, Lyle Mason.
Okay, Mr. Mason, okay. And have you spoken with him since you've been
Yes,
arrested?
yes, I have.
Okay,
I turned myself in yesterday,
okay.
and before that, I spoke to him.
Okay, well, you'll be seeing Judge Whitehead in a week to 10 days, could be sooner. So, Mr. Mason, if he has, I don't know if he's filed his notice of appearance yet, but you'll deal with that with Judge Whitehead if he has not, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And so your bond is set at none, and you do have reporting requirements. So you need to make sure that if you're in the Orange County Jail, you still comply with those reporting requirements, okay? If you
Okay.
don't understand that, you can ask Mr. Jordan, and he'll explain that to you as well. Mr. Mason, but I don't know if he's filed it, but. Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Jordan, I'm sorry, you're not his attorney, but if you,
No.
as a friend of the court, if you could explain that to him. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Just making sure.
I don't like to give legal advice, so.
Good luck, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Jordan. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Drake Halo Hayden. Oh, my fault. Drake Halo Hayden.
All right, Mr. Hayden, you're here in 2019 CF 10997AO. You're arrested for possession of MDMA. I do find probable cause. I am going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. I am going to stay the bond at $1,000. Looks like you're in pretrial diversion in an old case, 2017. I'm not taking any action on that, but chances are you'll probably get rejected from that program. So make sure you keep in touch with your attorneys on that case and don't miss any court dates, okay?
Thank you,
All right. Please tell me your name, sir.
DeAndre Jackson.
All right, Mr. Jackson, you're here in 2019 CF 10998AO. You're arrested for possession of methamphetamine or MDMA ecstasy. I do find probable cause. I am going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. The bond will stay set at $1,000.
Any questions, sir?
No, sir.
All right, please tell me your name.
Ariel Ransom.
All right, Ms. Ransom, you're here in 2019 CF 10996AO. You're arrested for possession of MDMA, ecstasy, and possession of drug paraphernalia. I do find probable cause. I am going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. Did she not qualify for pretrial release? There wasn't. She does? Okay, it wasn't on the
It's been
thing.
updated.
I'm gonna place you in the pretrial release program. You're subject to random urinalysis, so you need to make sure that you comply with all their requirements and not to possess or consume any illegal substances. right, please tell me your name.
Shantron Stanley.
Is Mr. Slater?
Shantron
No, I
Stanley.
know, I'm.
He's further back.
Oh, okay, all right. Stanley, okay.
You know, maybe approach.
Sure. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's just see where we are at the end and see if that's possible. Okay. Okay, Ms. Stanley, you're here in 2019 CF 10999AO. You were arrested for possession of MDMA. I do find probable cause. I am going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. And I am going to stay the bond at $1,000. Is Judge Carter's docket real heavy? I just don't know if we can just send it over there, but,
I don't, it was not nearly as heavy as ours.
I just don't want her to get off the bench and then, but, and then, okay. All right.
We could send it over.
We let send her an item.
I sent Ms. Bush an email as well.
Okay.
It's worked on.
Okay, please tell me your name, sir.
Jamal Alvin Tapper.
Okay, is Mr. Souza? Okay. Take no action on Mr. Souza. All right, Mr. Tapper, thanks for your patience. All right. You're here in 2018 CF 1432AO, and this is a violation of probation warrant. And I am gonna appoint the Public Defender's Office. The judge in that case set your bond at none. And I believe what is violating you is what you're out on release on, so I'm not gonna take any action on that case. So you should be seen by Judge Whitehead in a week to 10 days, could be a little sooner, okay?
I appreciate it.
All right.
Your Honor, I would note that he does not have an attorney on that other case.
Oh, okay. Well,
Could we have the
I'll appoint the PD to represent you in that case, okay?
Are you gonna get a lawyer? You're gonna get a, okay.
Okay, never mind.
Sir, I just wanted to make sure you had something. Good luck.
All right, and then we have a bunch of traffic cases where everybody's bonded out. Mr. Alamo Velasquez. Okay. 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 All right, thank you. Okay, please tell me your name, sir.
John Barnes.
All right, Mr. Barnes. You're here in 2019 MM 6399 AO. You're charged with possession of drug paraphernalia. I do find probable cause. I am gonna, well, you did not fill out a form for the public defender. So, and then you're also charged in 19 MO 1402 AO with, possession and consumption of alcohol in a prohibited place. I do find probable cause. I don't know if the state has an offer for you. It's
Adjudication
possible.
credit for time served as to the consumption. And then in the second case, credit for time served and paraphernalia.
Okay, so it'll be an adjudication of guilt, credit for time served. Is that 2 days? And I'll run those concurrent, and then I do have to impose court costs, and I'll give you a year to pay them off. Do you want to accept that offer?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, Judge Carter's gonna take Mr. Slater's case, and so she said bring the paperwork and so Mr. Slater can go to courtroom 2, and that's the paperwork. Thank you. All right, Mr. Barnes, did you want to enter a plea of no contest? Are you okay with proceeding without an attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand everything that's contained within the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I do find a factual basis based on the affidavits in both of the cases to accept your plea. I am gonna adjudicate you guilty in both cases and sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served, and then those will run concurrent. I do have to impose court costs. I'm gonna order you pay those by August 2nd, 2020. Okay, that gives you a year to pay them off. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you, sir, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Okay. Take no action on Mr. Carter. All right, please tell me your name.
Stephanie Davis.
All right, Ms. Davis, you're here in 2019 MM 6401 AO. You're arrested for possession of cannabis less than 20 grams and possession of drug paraphernalia. I do find probable cause. I am gonna appoint the public defender's office. Was there an offer for Ms. Davis?
There is not, the state has no objection to ROR.
Okay, so I'm gonna release you on your own recognizance on both counts. Ms. Davis, you need to make sure that the public defender's office can get in touch with you and that the clerks, everybody has your correct information, because the last thing you want is to not show up to a court date and get a capias or a warrant and then be held at no bond, okay?
Okay.
So no drugs, without a valid prescription, okay?
Yes, yes.
All right.
Thank you
All right.
very much.
You
Appreciate
too.
you. On my way out. Good morning.
All right, please tell me your name.
I'm Tangela Scott.
All right, Ms. Scott, you're here in 2019 MO 1401. You were arrested for possession and consumption of alcohol in a prohibited place. I do find probable cause. I am gonna appoint the public defender's office. Was there an offer for Ms. Scott?
Yes, Your Honor, adjudication credit for time served, 2 days.
Okay.
You get out today, credit time served.
Oh, thank you.
And I would have to impose court costs, but I'll give you a year to pay them off, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, was the public defender appointed to this case?
I did, yes.
So, we're going to be entering a plea of no contest. She does wish to accept the state's offer.
I'm shaking.
They're gonna process, the judge gonna ask you a few questions, and then they're gonna process you out. It says it is.
Okay, they pay my fine.
You get a year to pay it, if you know what time to do it.
Yes, cause they just tell me I can get, 2 years, pay cause I'm home. All right, thank you.
Mr. Jordan, Mr. Bennett, credit for time served, 2 days.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Scott, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yes, sir.
Did you
Yes, ma'am.
understand everything contained within the plea form?
Okay. Yes,
Do you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
yes.
Are you on probation?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation.
Okay.
Do you
Yes.
understand? Okay. I do find a factual basis based on the affidavit in the court file to accept your plea. I'm gonna adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. I do have to impose court costs. I'm gonna order you pay those by August 2nd, 2020. That gives you a year to pay them off.
Your
If-
Honor, I spoke with my client. She's requesting more time, additional time, given the fact that she is homeless and transient. If you would see fit to order 2 years' time to pay off the fines instead.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you.
August 2nd, 2021,
Thank you.
okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And so if you want to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. All right?
Yes.
Good luck to you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, thank you.
All right, please tell me your name.
Michael Lee Bennett.
All right, Mr. Bennett, you're here in 2019 MO 1399AO. You were arrested for an open container violation. I do find probable cause. I am going to appoint the public defender's office. I don't know if the city have an offer or if
Yes,
they have
Your
an
Honor.
offer.
The offer from the state was an adjudication of guilt, credit time served. He does wish to accept that offer and enter a plea of no contest.
Okay, and then do we know how many, does he have how many
2
days
days,
in?
Your Honor.
2 days, okay.
Any questions, sir? 2 days sounds right. Now, you go home today? You go home today. They're gonna process you out right after court. The judge just has to ask you a few questions, and then they'll process you out.
All right, Mr. Bennett, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your
Yes.
signature at the
Yes,
bottom?
ma'am.
All right. Did you understand everything contained within the plea form?
Yes, I do.
You understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, I do.
Are you on probation anywhere?
Nope.
Okay, you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation.
Yes, I do.
Okay. I do find a factual basis based on the affidavit to accept your plea. I'm gonna adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. I do have to impose court costs. I'm gonna order you pay those by August 2nd, 2020. If you want to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days.
How much is court cost?
Hold on, let me finish what I'm saying. I have to advise you of your appellate rights, okay? So
Yes,
if you
ma'am.
want to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you, and I believe there are 223? 273 total, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck, sir.
Okay.
All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Tayari Lee.
All right, Mr. Lee, you're here in 2019 CF 10883AO. You're arrested for 2 counts of grand theft 3rd degree. I do find probable cause. I am gonna, did you want me to see if you qualify for the public defender? Oh, thank you. You do qualify for the public defender. I'm gonna appoint them to represent you. And you're not to return back to the Target at 4750 Millennia Way. You're not to have any contact with any listed victim or witness in the case. I am gonna stay the bond at 5,000 on count 1, and I'm gonna reduce count 2 to 150, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
All right, please tell me your name.
Johnny Staley.
All right, Mr. Staley, you're here in 2019 MM 6380AO. You were arrested for possession of drug paraphernalia. I do find probable cause. I am going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Is there an offer?
Withhold credit for time served or no objection to ROR. It's credit for 2 days.
I don't have a face sheet for him. I don't know.
Your Honor, I have spoken with my client. He does wish to accept the offer from the state and enter a plea of no contest.
Okay, thank you.
Do you have any questions?
All right, Mr. Staley, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand everything contained within the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No.
All right, you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation.
I am.
Okay, but do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
I understand.
Okay. I do find a factual basis based on the affidavit in the court file to accept your plea. I am gonna withhold adjudication, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. I do have to impose court costs. I'm gonna order you pay those by August 2nd, 2020. If you want to appeal the judgment sent to the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you, sir. All right, good luck to you. All right, anything else? No? Okay, we'll be in recess.